the military don't build heroes. They build capability, they build systems, they build trust. Business owners build heroes, and unfortunately, invariably, it's themselves. They go, well, I've become the hero of my own business because I'm needed. Everybody needs me. And the reality is that
it's not sustainable.
Welcome to the latest edition of the Mastermind for Business podcast. Hey, in this episode, we're going to talk about how do you have a business that keeps going without you? And the answer is going to be a bit more interesting, a little bit out of left field maybe, come from a different source than you'd first think. So hang around for that one. As always, Caroline joining me.
Hi, Mark.
Good to see you.
Looking forward to this one.
I know why it's so good to see you. I see you like all the time. Every day.
Every day.
You're a lucky woman, Caroline. All right, so let's talk about the week. So last week was a bit emotional, but it's been a pretty good week this week.
Yeah.
Positive.
Yeah, positive. Lots of things happening.
Working with some positive people, which is nice.
Yeah.
Did some great game plan sessions with our clients, which is awesome.
Yes.
Really cool stuff happening. All right, so Caroline, I want to share a story with you. Now, you know that that I like these sort of military stories, and I love to see the similarities between the military and business, and between sport and business as well.
Yeah.
Right now, I've got a good mate who's an ex SAS patrol commander, and good mate. Don't get to see him very much these days because he's so busy, involved in whatever's going on in the world. Yep. But I was reading Ant Middleton's book. Now, you and I have both had the pleasure of meeting Ant.
Mm. I've read the book. It's a great book.
Yep.
I know it was good, but yeah.
First Man In was the book that they gave you to read, and you loved it. I was reading his latest book, which is Military Mindset. Anyway, great guy. Met him. I liked it because I think it might have been the same height or even maybe a tiny bit taller than him, which is a pretty rare thing.
I think I liked it because it was a bit of eye candy.
Yeah. All right. So Military Mindset, and here's the thing. He told this story about how he was the first man in on a mission in Afghanistan. And there was an enemy in line with a weapon aimed at him. And so Ant had his weapon ready, and he squeezed the trigger and fired. And he got the dreaded click, which means his weapon had seized. It misfired. All right? But the thing about it is that when he heard the click, the team with him heard the click as well. And so they were able to take the shot that he couldn't take.
Yep.
And he didn't panic. So, you imagine that you're in that. This is life and death stuff, right? He's in a life and death situation. He's gone into an enemy property. An enemy there has raised a firearm at him, and he's about to fire at him. He's decided, he's to save his own life. He's squeezed the trigger, and nothing's happened. Like, I would shit my pants. Do you know what I mean? No, I would. Let's just be honest.
Not really a vision people want to have while they're online.
I know, but that's right. But I reckon most people listening to this right now would be in the same boat, right? You shit your pants.
Reaction.
But what he did was there was no panic, there was no stress. I think probably would have been a bit of stress, and Mick would say a little bit of wee might have come out, but he didn't panic. And the reason he didn't panic is because he knew that the guy behind him would have heard it. He was trained. He would have heard it. He was prepared. Yeah. He took the shot, neutralized the enemy, and the problem was. So I guess the thing that at some stage, guys, you are going to have your own click moment. You're going to have a moment in your business where you squeeze the trigger and it just clicks. And maybe it's an illness, maybe it's a family issue, maybe it's a tragedy, maybe it's losing a major client.
Yeah.
Maybe you made a great pitch and it didn't land. You're tired. Maybe you just wake up one morning and you're just exhausted.
Yeah. Who's that? Who is that who person? Or those whom people?
And I think this leads into this concept of this myth that a lot of business owners have of being indispensable. And it's a nice feeling, right? Like if you're listening to this now and you go, well, I'm indispensable, but it's nice to feel needed.
I think people, when you are like, some people that are like that, it's almost like a badge of honor. I need to be the needed person. I can't, nobody can do this without me. And I'll have to do this myself.
I reckon having it as a badge of honor is very common. And so just think about this right now, as you're listening to this. do you wear your indispensability as a badge of honor? And it's okay if you do, because I tell you what, you're in really good company. Lots of the people that we work with when they first start working with us, we say, well, who does it? I do. Well, who does that? I do. Well, who makes those decisions? I do.
And I think when you've got a new project that you're working on, it might be, it might be a new marketing campaign. You've got this vision in your head of what you're wanting.
Yeah.
You take the badge of honor of taking that on because it was your thought, but that might not necessarily be you doing that because you're not the right person to do that. But you've put the badge on yourself thinking that you're the one who created it, so I have to be the person that
I think that's right. I think there's definitely that. And I also think if you take it back to this Ant Middleton story, is that the thing is that what the military does really well is it builds capability, trust, and systems.
Yeah.
Do you know? So, and in another part of his book, he said, I can have a disagreement with a bloke in the barracks, and I can be not friends with him or whatever in the barracks, but when we're on the field, and this is what he actually said in the book, he said, but when we're out in the field, if somebody fires a weapon at him, I take it personally, even though I don't particularly like him, because he's on my team.
Yeah.
So I take that personally. And so I guess the big question to look at is, do you have people on your team? Are you building people on your team who have that capability and who you can trust and who trust you to know that if your weapon, for whatever reason, misfires, that they've kind of got your back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because what you want to do in a business ultimately is build yourself to the point where you've got that systems capability and trust, and you become unnecessary in the day-to-day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how are you going to have a holiday if you're needed in the day-to-day? It's impossible.
That's right, because otherwise, how do you take a holiday?
Yeah.
But I reckon this is the important distinction, right? There's a distinction between being unimportant and being not needed or unnecessary.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing where you go, oh, I'm not really that important in the day-to-day things. Man, I don't want to be unimportant. I want to be absolutely unnecessary in the day-to-day operations.
Well, you can't. You can't be both, and you can't be both and maintain a sound mind.
So let's
Well,
the question is, people here have got a sound mind. Do we have sound mind? We're in business for ourselves. Is that by itself a contrary to the definition of a sound mind? But I think we can pull this back to the military, Caroline, because you and I have met lots of military people, and we've got military people in our family. But let's just talk about special forces, because we've met quite a lot of people in special forces, and we're very fortunate to have those connections. But one of the things that when we talk to people and they go, oh, these guys in special forces, and we go, oh, what are they like? We always say the same thing. They're incredibly humble.
And I don't mean to say blokes as in there's no women, but in this situation, they're just really nice blokes. They're just really nice guys.
That's right. So where I'm going with this is that they're super humble. And so to us, they're heroes. And we'll often say, and I think one of the things I always love is people ask Mick, what are his medals for? And he goes, oh, they're just for doing my job. Right? Or, oh, what's that medal for? That's for doing my job. Or what's that medal for? Yeah, that's also for doing my job.
Yeah.
So they're incredibly humble. Where I'm going, bear with me.
Thank you.
This is going to make sense. I promise. Now, here's where I'm going. So the military don't build heroes. They build capability. They build systems. They build trust. Business owners build heroes. And unfortunately, invariably, it's themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they go, well, I become the hero of my own business because I'm needed. Everybody needs me, right? And the reality is that's not kind of
it doesn't make sense.
Want.
It's not big. It's not big picture. It's not sustainable.
No, that's right. And the problem is, and I'm not being unkind when I say that, because people don't intend, like they don't say, oh, I'm going to be a hero in my business. They don't intend that. That's just the way it works out.
Yeah. Because
they don't let go, and so they kind of end up being. And so what happens is people won't step forward because they don't want to step on the toes of the hero, which is often the business owner. So you may actually be.
But then the leader might think he's a leader, but to the other people they might think she is a bit of a douchebag.
Yeah.
As well, but. There's always opportunity to change that up.
So if we look at that military experience, right, why is it that when if you're using that Ant Middleton story, when he squeezed the trigger, he got the click. He knew the guy. Ben Robert Smith said the same thing. When we heard Ben Robert Smith
that was
speak.
a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but and his weapon didn't fire. He ducked down because he's a tall bugger. He dropped down, and the guy behind him took the shot. So the reason, I reckon there's 4 reasons for that. I reckon that the 4 things that the military build that you should be building in your business right now. Yeah?
Yeah. I would put them down to, and disagree with if I'm wrong.
You go.
Clarity, practice, permission, and trust. If you're clear on what success looks like, and your team know exactly what success looks like in their role, your leaders know what success looks like on a bigger scale, then you're well on your way.
In military terms, clarity, what's the mission?
Yeah.
So we go, what's the mission? You should be having that clarity in your business. What is the mission? And I don't mean a mission statement. I mean, why are we here? What's the purpose? Get your team on board with being super clear around what is the mission of your business. Yep. Cool.
And not just when you're setting a mission, or you're trying to get clear on what success looks like. Be specific with what success looks like. Otherwise, you'll end up with a half-baked outcome. You want to know what success looks like right to that end game.
Yeah. So clarity, permission was the second one.
I know. Practice is the second one.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, again, just when we were off air before, Nick, who's behind the camera here, was talking about how this story reminded him of when he played rugby league. Yeah. That there were blokes on his team who he didn't like, maybe, but if somebody took a high shot at them, well, they might have been a wanker, but they were their wanker. So do you know what I mean? So they took that on board. So I think sport and military are the same here, because there's lots of practice. Yeah. These guys in any kind of military environment or a sports environment, how do they get out and play the game every week? Well, they don't just roll up every week. They've practiced 3 times during the week. Yeah, and
or
they've practiced every day.
Repetition, there's consistency in the learned skill. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Number 3.
Number 3, permission.
Yep.
Giving someone the permission to be empowered and allowing their empowerment to take course.
So you imagine, let's just say that, use that Ant Middleton example. So imagine he's gone in, right? He's the first man in. He's not the commander. He's not the patrol commander. He's the first man in. He goes to fire and his gun clicks. And the guy behind him goes, I just need to check with the commander whether I'm allowed to take this shot. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just...
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You're in the poo.
So I'm going to pose this question to you. Do you trust the people around you in your business enough to let them make decisions? I had this conversation with one of the team leaders in the Metropole group only 2 days ago, where I said, I trust you. And she said, what if I make a mistake? It's okay. We'll fix it. But I trust you. And I'm a big fan of this forgiveness over permission. Go do it. And if it was the wrong decision, we'll sort it out. We won't do it that way again, but we'll fix it. But I trust you in the meantime. Really important component, I think.
Definitely.
And then trust was the final thing.
I was going to say you sort of covered on the trust bit there. But
so permission's more about empowerment, really, isn't it? Are they empowered to make those decisions?
To make the decisions. And if for whatever reason, that click happens and they've got to take the shot for you, you have failed if you haven't given them the empowerment to make the decision. So that falls onto you, not onto them. And you need to be, if you've got your ego that's a bit high, you need to give yourself a self-check and make sure that you have given them the ability to make that decision.
Right. So I've sort of babbled on a bit about trust then. It was when you were talking about empowerment. But I guess you trust your people by empowering them. That shows that you trust them. And then you trust them by backing the decisions they make. Right. So get those 4 levers in place. Yeah, 100%.
And don't train them to wait for you to answer or say, hey, take the shot.
No. So you're like, I mean, truly successful businesses that we've worked with, and it's really interesting actually, Caroline, when people have come to us and they've said, oh, we want to grow the business, let's start talking about how we can grow profitability or how we can grow revenue or all those sorts of things. And we go, okay, that's great. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to grow your people. We're going to grow your people first, because if we grow your people, the business will grow, the revenue will grow, but more importantly, your freedom will grow. Yeah. And that's the big thing, because you can go and I could go into a business and double it.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Double it. But everybody be working their ass off.
Yeah, but if you're building the people,
Yep.
you will build the profit.
Yep.
And once you've built the people, that means it gives you the ability to step back from the day to day. It's a big the circle. It's a big fortuitous circle if you get it right.
And I think a nice little thing to think about as you're listening to this is how many problems in your business in the last 7 days got solved without you? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like how many in the last 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, whatever, how many problems got solved without you actually having to be involved in them? And I reckon if you can answer that the majority of them or a good portion of them, you're well on your way. If your answer is not very many, we should talk because we can show you how to build your people, and that's really what it's about.
You should become irreplaceable as a business owner.
No, replaceable.
Yes, replaceable.
Not irreplaceable.
Oh, irreplaceable. No, replaceable.
No. Yeah, replaceable.
You should become replaceable.
Yeah. Do yourself out of a job.
Yeah.
I mean, that in lots of ways, that the job of every leader is to do themselves out of a job eventually.
Yeah.
And then they become the mentor and the guide and the sage, and that's really what that true process is about. What about a challenge for the week, Caroline?
Or a challenge. What about if a weapon went off this week or weapon went off behind you?
Yep.
Do you know who that person is? Have you given them clarity on what you want that outcome to be?
Yep.
And permission.
Yep. So have they got clarity? Have they practiced it? Has there been repetition? Do they have permission and do they have your trust? I'm going to extend it a little bit and go, if you stepped out of your business for 90 days, what would stop? What would stop? And then into your point would be, who in your team would hear that click that Ant Middleton talks about, whatever that click may be for you? Who in your team could you ring up tomorrow morning or the next morning after you've listened to this and go, you know what, I'm just exhausted, I just can't do today? And they would go, it's all good. Don't worry, Caroline, I got it covered.
Yeah.
We'll get this sorted for you. You have to have somebody in your business like that.
Yeah, it's not one person, because in different areas of your business, the finance, you need to have somebody in your finance area, you need to have somebody in your marketing area. Now, if you're only a smaller business and you don't have a marketing team and a finance team, you need to have those one or two people who are your who people.
Because I think in your business, true freedom in your business comes when the people around you are capable enough to keep the mission going, even when you can't pull the trigger. That's when true freedom comes.
Nice.
Hey, good to chat, as always.
Yep.
Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. Please like, subscribe, and in the box below, just drop a comment if there's something that you would love us to talk about. You got a problem in your business you'd love us to solve, drop it in and we'll actually solve it for you live on air. If you're listening to this in your favorite podcast player, don't forget to like, subscribe. And if you know somebody in business who would like to get a lot more freedom, who would love to have a business that actually can continue to operate with them even when they're not able to pull the trigger, then please share this with them until we speak next. Thank you, Caroline. As always, please
spend time with those who matter most.
You got it.